Hello everyone. Today we are beginning with our first chapter of 10th standard of mathematics, that is real numbers. So in real numbers, let us first look at the basics which we must know to start this chapter. I am going it by quick because all this just I am taking this video so that you might revise. Okay, natural numbers. All the counting numbers that we have studied earlier are natural numbers. 1 2 3 and all till infinity. This starts from 1 and goes towards infinity. Okay, you might see definition. Whole numbers, the numbers that starts from 0 and goes towards infinity, are whole numbers. Or you might say all means you might say all natural numbers and 0 including 0 are whole numbers. As you might see here, it was 1 2 3 and till infinity. Here it is 0 1 2 3 and infinity. So you can observe from here, all natural numbers are whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural numbers. Let's write it here. All let's write it here. All natural numbers are whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural numbers. Moving ahead, integers. You might see definition. An integer is a number that can be written without a fractional part. Basically, integer means without fraction. Or you can say, see these, let's look. 0 is there in the middle, all the natural numbers till infinity, and all the negative natural numbers. So what you can say, integers are the collection of all positive and negative irrational numbers as well as 0. Rational numbers. Moving ahead, rational numbers that can be expressed in the form of p upon q. That can be expressed in the form of p upon q. P and Q must lie in this limit because these must be integers. Okay, you can see here it is 2 upon 5 minus 9 upon 8, where 2 and 5 both are integers. First, let us first look at the first condition. Is that can be expressed in the form of P upon Q. Yes, 2 upon 5 can be expressed in the form of P upon Q. Does 2 and 5 are integers? Yes, 2 and 5 are integers. And third condition, now q does not equals to 0. Yes, my q is not equals to 0, it is 5, so it is a rational number. Okay, the same logic here. All whole numbers are integers, but all integers are not whole numbers. All natural numbers are integers, all integers are not natural numbers. These will move ahead as like this only. Yes, and you have read it in your ninth standard as well. Irrational numbers, all the numbers, I am telling the simpler one, all the numbers other than rational numbers are irrational numbers. And wait, I will just let it be simplified. If any number is given in the under root which is not a perfect square, it will be an irrational numbers. And here, if denominator is not 0, then these are rational numbers. If denominator becomes 0, then it will be irrational number. As you can see, 9 upon 0, under root 3, because it is not a perfect square. If it will be under root 4, it might have come as 2. Yes. So moving ahead, that only I have told. All numbers other than rational numbers are irrational numbers. Okay, you might also make notes together with the video so that you might proceed, and the best notes are prepared within the class. You might write what I am telling also. Okay, you might write in your own language what I am telling. Now moving ahead, real numbers. What are real numbers? That is the name of our chapter. Real numbers are the collection of all rational and irrational. You can write rational plus irrational. Rational plus irrational comes out to be real. Yes, rational plus irrational comes out to be real. Now, even numbers and odd numbers. There's a great confusion in the definition of even numbers. Here, I will be telling you the very correct definition. The numbers which are a multiple of 2 are called even numbers. The numbers which are multiple of 2. Here what you are getting to see you in somewhere or else, you might have read the definition, the numbers which are divisible by 2 are even numbers. No, 0 is a number which is divisible by 2, but it is not an even number. 0 is not a multiple of 2. That is why it is the very correct definition. Always remember this definition, and whosoever asks you, just tell this definition: multiple of 2. Yes. And here also in odd numbers, the numbers which are not a multiple of 2 are called odd numbers. Yes. It's the same case if you will say which are not divisible by 2, it might also work, but it is the best definition, very correct definition. I would want you to just remember this definition, not divisible one. Yes. Now moving ahead, prime numbers. There is also a very great confusion in prime numbers. There you must have read a definition: the numbers which is divisible by 1 and itself is called prime numbers. Now let us see how this definition is wrong. See, 1 is divisible by itself, yes, and 1 is divisible by 1, so it must be a prime number, but it is not a prime number. That is why the correct definition is the numbers which have only two factors. The numbers which have only two factors. 2 has two factors, 2 and 1. 3 has two factors, 3 and 1. And here if you will take the case of 1 has only one factor, that is 1. So that is why it is not a prime number. So I want you to remember this definition. Now composite numbers, this is the topic, not a topic, means the name will come in this chapter only. Composite numbers are the numbers which have more than two factors. Numbers which have more than two factors. For example, 4. See here, let us see how you can how you can express 4 as. You can express 4 as 2 into 2 into 1. Yes. And if you will say factors, 2 is a factor, 1 is a factor, and 4 is a factor of itself. Yes. So it has three factors, 1, 2 and 4. That is why it is a composite number. Yes. Now moving ahead to next. See here it is written 1 is neither prime nor a composite number. Why is it so? Because 1 does not follow the definition of prime numbers. It has only one factor, which is 1. And composite number, for composite number it must have more than two factors, and 1 has only one factor. That is why 1 is neither a prime number nor a composite number. Yes, in prime number sometimes a question is asked. That is why I want you to remember it very much. 2 is the only even prime number. MCQs are coming in your exams, so you must remember this. Yes. Co-prime numbers, the pair of numbers, the first thing to be focused, pair. It is always in pair. So pair of numbers whose HCF is 1. Now you must know how to find the HCF. If you will see 4 and 5, and if you will take their HCF, let's take it here. 4, it can be expressed as 2 into 2, and if you will say 4, and we have taken example of 5, so 5 is 5 into 1. Their HCF comes out to be 1 because nothing is common in it. So these are your co-prime numbers. Similarly with 9 and 10. Now it is the important thing that you must know the meaning of. I am not telling you to remember its definition. You must understand what it is, because in your 10th standard this is going to be used a lot. Consecutive numbers. So first let me tell you in Hindi so that it might clear. Its Hindi meaning is लगातार, ऐसे नंबर जो लगातार आए. Consecutive integers means दो लगातार integer, -1 and -2. These are consecutive numbers, because if you will express it on the number line, here it will be your 0, and here -1 and -2. There will not be any gap between them. So these are consecutive integers, consecutive natural numbers. 15 and 16, two consecutive numbers. These are consecutive natural numbers. You must know the meaning of natural numbers. Lagatar. This is going to be useful in for you in first chapter, second chapter. And it is coming in exam. So don't confuse with this word consecutive. Consecutive whole numbers. Similarly, consecutive rational numbers. 2 upon 3, 1 upon 3, minus 7 upon 9, and minus 8 upon 9. Okay, so this much in this video. In the next video, we will be discussing about Euclid's division lemma, and we'll be solving questions from first exercise. So we'll meet in next video. For notes, I am showing you this. You might have noted down. Okay, see, you might see. Yes, if you want to make notes, you might have made it with your own. Okay, we'll meet in our next video with Euclid's division lemma, and it's very simple chapter. See, first let me tell you the importance of this chapter. Real numbers. In CBSE, it is coming of 6 marks. In CBSE, it is coming of 6 marks, and it's that easy chapter that you can score full marks in this chapter by applying very less effort. So you must do that. 6 marks are a lot. 6 marks out of 80 are a lot, and so simple questions are coming. So just you have to apply very little effort and you will get a lot. 6 marks, they create a lot of difference. Yes, and till now whatever I have told and Euclid's division lemma, believe me, I will tell you in such a way that you will think that yes, you have studied it earlier. It's just a revision chapter of 6 marks. These are free marks. Take it. Okay, bye bye.